So let's just solve this question. It is on completing the equation. So we have to use the concept of numerator and denominator. The number which is up is numerator. So the numerator here is 5. When you divide it by the denominator, which is 9, you get the fraction 5 divided by 9. Okay. Similarly, if you look at question number 3, the numerator is 13. So 13 is divided by the denominator, which is 4. So 13 divided by 4 is 13 over 4. This is how the fraction is written. Again, you convert the division equation, 3 divided by 8. So first 3, so numerator is 3, denominator is 8. Similarly here, the numerator is 7, denominator is 9. So the number that comes up is numerator, the number that comes down is denominator. Now question 6 is little different because here on the right side you have division equation. So if I want to convert to fraction, I will write numerator 7 divided by denominator 3. Now we need to change this to multiplication, right? So we have to keep in mind that the numerator on the top should be 7, which is already there in this multiplication equation. So the number which is missing is the denominator, and this is down, not up. So it should be multiplied with the fraction 1 over 3. Why did we write 1 over 3 and not 3? The reason is because 3 is in the denominator, so it has to be down. Similarly, for question 7, 1 by 4 multiplied by 2. This is multiplication equation. Now we want to convert to division. So what is 1 times 5? Numerator 5, denominator 4. So the number that will come here is 4. This is how we complete the equation using the concept of fraction, numerator, denominator, and division. Okay, now let's continue with the learning objective 1, where we represent the question to a division equation as a fraction or a mixed number. So now this is question 8 and 9 from page 131 of your math book. Let's solve. A farmer pours 3 pounds of chicken feed naturally into 4 bags. What is the weight of the chicken feed in each bag? So for this we have to form a division equation. How do we make it? Let's see. So how many pounds of chicken? 3 pounds of chicken, and this is in how many bags? 4 bags. Now what we need to find, let's read the last line which has the question mark. This will tell you what we need to find, and then we can make the equation. What is the weight of the chicken feed in each bag? Each bag means we are talking about one bag now. So how much weight of the chicken, this we don't know, so I put the question mark, should be there in one bag. For 4 bags, how much? 3 pounds. So for one bag, how much we need to find? So usually you do cross multiplication. You do the multiplication like this. So 3 times 1, we need to find this question mark. We don't know this. Okay. So how do you find? 3 times 1 multiply. So 3 and divided by 4. So what is your answer? 3 by 4 pounds. A. Okay. This is how you solve it, right? Okay, let's do one more. An artist divides 4 pounds of clay into 3 containers. So let's make equation again. 4 pounds of clay comes in how many containers? 3 containers. So we need to find what is the weight of the clay in each container. Each container means, again, just like this question number 8, one container, how much it can carry, how much clay it can carry. We don't know, so we can put question mark or we can put X, anything, and then we do the multiplication. So 1 times 4 is 1 divided by 3. So 1 times 4 is 4. So this is 4 over 3 pounds. So this is one correct answer. But if you want to convert into mixed fraction, because if you read the last line carefully, circle all correct answers. So it may be there is more than one answer. So here I write as fraction. Now I can also convert to mixed fraction. How we do? 4 divided by 3. So 3 times 1 is 3, and what is the remainder left? 1. So I can convert this to mixed fraction. 1, which is the quotient, 1, which is the remainder and divide by the denominator by which we do. So 1 over 3. So there are two answers, B and D. What is the difference? This is normal fraction and this is mixed fraction. Both are correct. Two answers for this question. Okay, let's solve this question. In these four questions, we have to do division and we have to find the quotient. Means we have to find what result we get. You may use a representation to solve, but I will make it easy for you by converting division into multiplication. Always remember, when we change this division equation 6 divided by 1 over 3 into multiplication, I always take reciprocal of the fraction. Whenever you see here fraction and you are doing division, you will change the numerator and denominator. So for example, just to explain you what is reciprocal. So reciprocal of 1 over 3. Here the numerator in the question is 1, denominator is 3. But when we take reciprocal, we flip. The numerator becomes denominator, the denominator becomes numerator. So can I say it will become 3 over 1? Yeah, we flip. So 6 times 3, 18. This is your answer. So easy. Let's use the same method for the next question. 9 divided by 1 over 4. Now this is fraction. So I can change division to multiplication and flip this. So numerator becomes denominator, denominator becomes numerator. If I want to find reciprocal, so 4 over 1. So 9 times 4, multiply. It's going to be 36. So what is the answer for this? Same method. We flip, we change division to multiplication times 8. How do we get this? 5 times 5. Again, I flip. So 25. So like that, you can do it and get all your answers. Similarly, the answer for question number 3 would be 56. So these are your correct answers. Okay. So here it is 36, here it is 25. This is how you use quotient to change division to multiplication. Take reciprocal, multiply, give answer. So let's use the same method of taking reciprocal and changing division to multiplication to solve these questions and find the question. Question is the result you get after division. So I change division to multiplication and take reciprocal. 5 comes up, 1 comes down. So 3 times 5, answer is 15. Similarly here, 6 times, now you change division to multiplication, flip, 18. 4 times 4, 16. So same rule I'm using for all the questions. 7 times 2, 40. 12 times 3, 36. 9 times 5, 45. So these are your answers. You can check. Okay, now let's solve some of the word problems. These are ministry favorite. Usually you always get them. Let's try and solve. Sonia is making muffins. The recipe uses 1 by 2 cup of flour and makes 12 mini muffins. How many cups of flour should Sonia use to make 6 muffins? So again, for this kind of question, we will make the equation and then solve. So 1 by 2 cups of flour will make how many? 12 muffins. Now we want to make 6 muffins. So how much we don't know. So again, I would advise you, there are two ways to do this question. One, you make the equation and you multiply. Okay, that is one way to do. Second way, you use logic. You think, see, if 12 muffin, you use half cup. So for 6 muffin, can I say you will use half of 1 by 2? Because 12 to 6, it is half divided by 2. So 1 by 2 divided by 2 also we can do. So we will get our answer. Let's do with multiplication. Both methods will give you same answer. So I multiply 6 with 1 over 2 and then I divide with 12. That is also correct. So how much is this? 3 divided by 12. So 1 over 4. So what's your answer? B. Okay. Let's do question 2. Saffron has 4 cups of chocolate. She has a muffin recipe that calls for 1 by 8 cup of chocolate chips per muffin. How many muffins Saffron can make? Again, this is very important question. Okay, so ministry word problem, very important. So let's make equation just like we did for the first question. So 4 cups of chocolate muffin she has, and she wants to make the recipe which has 1 by 8 cup of chocolate chips per muffin. So let's make, so for 1 by 8 cups of chocolate chip, so for one muffin, right? For one muffin, she used 1 by 8. Let me write again. For one muffin, she used 1 by 8. How do you know for one muffin she get 1 by 8? You read this line. 1 by 8 cup of chocolate chips per muffin. Per means for one muffin. Okay. So for one muffin, 1 by 8. Now we need to know how many muffins she can make if she has 4 cups. So again, I will use the same logic. I will do multiplication. So 4 times 1 and this time this, and then we get the answer. So 4 multiplied by 1 is 4 and we divide it with 1 over 8. So how will we get answer? Change division to multiplication, take reciprocal, means numerator goes up, denominator goes down. 8 goes up, 1 comes down. So 4 times 8. So what is your answer? 8 multiplied by 4, that will give you 32. So how many muffins this girl can make? 32 muffins Saffron can make. This is how you solve the question. Again, we'll solve these two questions. Again, these are word problems and we're going to use the same method. So let's make the equation. Mr. Kylene is making vegetable soup. Always highlight the important information like this one, all the important numbers, and then you make equation. It's easy. So 12 servings uses 1 by 3 pound of peas. Okay, so I will write 12 servings. How much peas? 1 by 3 pound of peas. So you need to find how many pound, question mark, we don't know, for make 6 servings. So one way shortcut we can use, for 12 if you use 1 by 3, for 6 you will use half. So you will do 1 by 3 divide by 2. So how much it will be? Let's do, I change division to multiplication, take reciprocal. Here it is 2 by 1, so here it will be 1 by 2. So how much? 1 over 6 pound. That's another way of doing the question. Shortcut, because it is exam MCQ. Let's do question 4. Mr. George is dividing 4 pounds of gardening soil equally in 5 potted plants. So let's make equation. 4 pounds of soil in how many? 5 potted plants. So how many pounds of soil, you don't know this, will be in one pot? How do you know one pot? Because it says each pot. Each pot means in one pot they are asking. Again, we do multiplication. 1 multiplied by 4 divided by 5. So how many pounds will be there? 4 divided by 5 pounds of soil. Okay, so it's a fraction. Okay, let's do some more questions. Okay, so for question 5, let's read it first and mark important information. A zoo has 5 pounds of fruit and 3 pounds of lettuce to divide among 3 gorillas. How many total pounds of fruit and lettuce will each gorilla eat? Okay, so, okay, let's make equation. So 5 pounds of fruit for 3 gorillas. So for one gorilla, how do you know it is one? Because it asks for each. How many? How many pounds? Let's do multiplication same way. So when I multiply, 1 multiplied by 5 is 5 and divide by 3. So 5 by 3 pounds of fruit for one gorilla. Now, this I can convert to mixed fraction because I can divide 5 with 3. 3 times 1 multiply is 3, remainder is 2. So how we can write? We can write same denominator 3, then 3 multiply by 1 plus 2. So this is also correct answer. Just I convert mixed fraction. So this I only do till now for fruit. Let's do for lettuce. So 3 pounds of lettuce. How many? 3 gorillas. So for one gorilla, obviously you divide by 3. So for one gorilla, it will be 1 pound of lettuce. Okay, that's how you do it. Question 6. A relay race is 1 by 2 mile long. How far does each person run if there are 3 members on the team? Now this is so easy. Look here. So there are 3 members, say A, B, C, 3 people, okay, 3 members, 3 boys, 3 girls, whatever, and they are running a relay race. I hope you know what is a relay race. So relay race, for example, it is this distance we are covering. So it is how much total? 1 by 2 mile long, and each member is going to run equal time. So can I say I can divide in 3 equal parts? For example, this is for A, this is for B, this is for 3 C, because there are 3 members. So for example, A starts from here, he run, reach this point. From here, B start running, run, reach this point. From here, C starts running, run, reach the end. So total is how much? 1 by 2 mile long, the total race. How far does each person run if there are 3 members? And we are assuming that each member runs same distance. So can I say the answer would be 1 by 2 divided by 3? Why we divide? Because each member uh, travel equal distance and total is this. So I convert division to multiplication. It makes it easy. Switch, take a reciprocal of numerator and denominator. So 3 over 1 will become 1 over 3. So what is your correct answer? 1 over 6 miles. Each member will run 1 over 6. 1 divided by 6 miles for the relay race. Let's solve question 11 and 12 now. So Theo cuts this board into 4 equal sections. So what is the length of the whole board? Uh, Length is 1 by 4, and we are dividing it into 4 equal parts. What is the length of each section? So I can do very easily. I convert division into multiplication and take reciprocal. Here nothing is there, means the denominator is 1. So what is the reciprocal of 4 over 1? 1 over 4. So multiply 1 with 1, numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So 1 over 16 feet. That's the length of each section. Next question. Sasha spends 1 by 2 of each school day in math class, science class and history class. So how many class? Number 1 is math. Number 2 is science. Number 3 is history. If the time spent in each class is same, means, for example, she spent 30 minutes in math, then 30 in science, 30 in history, in equal time in each class. What fraction of the school day does Sasha spend in math class? So total how much she have? 1 by 2 of school day, half. And then she divides into 3. 3 means math class, science class, history class. So that will give us for 1. How much? So 3 over 2. No, just 1 minute. So we will do like this. We will change division to multiplication. So 1 by 2 times, if it is 3 over 1, it will be 1 over 3. So 1 times 1, 1 over 6. So how much fraction of the school day does Sasha spend in math class? 1 by 6th of school day. That's how you do it.